Welcome everyone to York County Library's Preschool Storytime Fun. I'm Miss Amy from the Lake Wylie branch. I'm very happy that you joined me for today's story time. Let's sing our hello song together. We're going to wave hello, clap our hands, stomp our feet, and shout hello. Ready? Here we go. We wave and shout hello. We wave and shout hello. We're happy at story time. We wave and shout hello. Hello! We clap and shout hello. We clap and shout hello. We're happy at story time. We clap and shout hello. Hello! We stomp and shout hello. We stomp and shout hello. We're happy at story time. We stomp and shout hello. Hello! Good job, everyone. Waving hello, clapping hello, stomping hello, and shouting hello. Excellent. It's time to read today's storytime book. Today's book is about a narwhal. A narwhal is a type of whale that lives in the ocean. A narwhal has a big tusk growing out of the top of its head. This tusk is really a giant tooth. Some people call narwhals the unicorns of the sea because of this tusk tooth on the top of its head. Today's book is called Not Quite Narwhal. It was written and illustrated by Jessie Sima, and we are reading this book today with the permission of the publisher, Simon Schuster. Let's read our storytime book, Not Quite Narwhal. Not Quite Narwhal, written and illustrated by Jessie Sima. Kelp was born deep in the ocean. He knew early on that he was different from the other narwhals. His tusk wasn't as long as everyone else's. He had different tastes in food, and he wasn't a very good swimmer. But his friends didn't seem to mind, so Kelp decided he wouldn't either. That is, until he was swept away by a strong current. "I wish I were a better swimmer," he said. Kelp found himself at the surface, closer to land than he'd ever been before. High up on a cliff, he spotted a mysterious, sparkling creature. It looked so familiar. It looked like Kelp. Kelp swam toward land as fast as he could, which wasn't very fast at all, hoping that he could catch up with the creature that looked just like him. When he finally reached the shore, Kelp felt a little bit anxious. He had never left the ocean. He was nervous about walking for the first time, but the land creatures made it look so easy. It wasn't. Oof. Ow. Eventually, he got the hang of it. Everything on land was strange and beautiful, but also kind of scary. Kelp began to think he might never find the creature that looked just like him. But as he stumbled out of the forest, land narwhals, actually were unicorns, and by the looks of it, so are you. Kelp had never heard of unicorns before. They taught him all sorts of new things about his tusk. We call them horns. Wow! They introduced him to unicorn delicacies, and they showed him how to gallop. There was no doubt that Kelp was, in fact, a unicorn. He was having so much fun that he didn't want to leave. But then he remembered all of his friends under the sea. Kelp missed them terribly, so he said goodbye to the unicorns and returned to the ocean. "Come back soon," said the unicorns. Kelp swam toward home as fast as he could, which wasn't very fast at all, hoping that the narwhals would still like him now that he was a unicorn. When he finally arrived, Kelp had butterflies in his stomach. "Kelp, welcome home," said the narwhals. Kelp took a deep breath and told his friends the news. "It turns out I'm not a narwhal." "Of course you aren't." "I'm a unicorn." We all knew that. They took it quite well. Kelp was happy to be home, but now that he'd experienced life on land with the unicorns, he couldn't seem to forget them. Did he want to be a land narwhal with the unicorns, or a sea unicorn with the narwhals? Kelp couldn't decide. But then he realized that maybe, just maybe, he didn't have to choose. The end. I hope you enjoyed our book today about a narwhal. You can pick up a cut and paste sheet at the Lake Wylie Branch Library while our supplies last. Now let's do an activity. I'm going to show you how to make an easy beanbag using a sock, some dried beans, and a simple zipper bag. Take your zipper bag, add some dried beans into it, like this. Close up the zipper bag, squish all the air out of it, and add it. Put the zipper bag of dried beans into your sock. Tie it up like this, and then just fold down the excess of the stock, and there you have a bean bag. See? You can use your sock bean bag for our next song, or you can even just roll up a sock like this, tie it together, and roll the end up until it's like a little bowl, and then you can use it for our next song. You can pause the story time while you make your own sock beanbag, or just roll up a sock to follow along with our next song. Come back when you're ready to sing the song with me. Our song is called Froggy Likes to Hop. We're going to use our beanbag sock, or you can use just a rolled up sock, as our froggy, and we're going to balance it first on our toes. Are you able to balance it on your toes? All right, I'm going to sing the song. Froggy hopped on my toes, on my toes, on my toes. Froggy hopped on my toes. Ribbit! Now he's on my knee. Balance it on your knee. Froggy hopped on my knee, on my knee, on my knee. Froggy hopped on my knee. Ribbit! Now he's on my hand. Can you balance it on your hand? Froggy hopped on my hand, on my hand, on my hand. Froggy hopped on my hand. Ribbit! Now he's on my elbow. Can you balance it on your elbow? Froggy hopped on my elbow, on my elbow, on my elbow. Froggy hopped on my elbow. Ribbit! Now he's on my shoulder. Can you balance it on your shoulder? Ooh, Jessie is having a little trouble. Froggy hopped on my shoulder, on my shoulder, on my shoulder. Froggy hopped on my shoulder. Ribbit! Now he's on my head. Froggy hopped on my head, on my head, on my head. Froggy hopped on my head. Ribbit! Froggy hopped away. Good job balancing your Froggy's beanbag sock on your different body parts. Here is another fun activity. You can use your beanbag socks or your rolled up socks for your own beanbag toss. Use different size containers like pots and pans, plastic bowls, or baskets, and stand a few feet away and see if you can toss them into the containers. Let's see how good I am at tossing the beanbag socks into the containers. Right? Oh, that one was pretty good. Ooh, good job. Yay, 3 for 3. Oh, I missed that one. All right, not bad. I got 4 in. You can challenge your friends and family to your own beanbag toss. Storytime friends, we've come to the end of our story time. I hope you had fun today and that you enjoyed our book, Not Quite Narwhal. Let's sing our goodbye song together. Ready? Here we go. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. It's time to say goodbye. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. Until we meet again. Goodbye, Storytime friends. See you next time. Bye-bye.